Hello and welcome back to Charwell. So in the house at the moment, came back down this way with the tractor earlier on. Just thought we'd better stop for a quick break. We set up on this field with the carrier now. So we want to get this field cultivated over. See if we can get some stuff to germinate on here before we put the next crop in. So we're going to be running on GPS on here, and we're going to go at a slight angle to the tram lines again. It's all cultivated over. Try and chop up some of this stubble debris as well. It's really upgraded the cultivator now. We no longer got the fent, to be fair. So the reason we kept the smaller one, so we could use that on it as well if need be. So I wasn't expecting to look too clean behind this on here because we're not in very deep. Should help to rot it down and get rid of some slugs then, hopefully. I have to put these slug pellets on for the wheat we put in here in a few weeks' time if we can help it. So you can hardly see where you've been to start with this. So the problem with oilseed rape, it does leave a lot of surface trash afterwards. We've got to try and deal with. Big Lexion has gone back at the moment. I have said we might be able to have it again to try on the cereal crop. And the axle flows also had to go back. So without a combine again at the moment. Which is really not helping us as a contractor. We're just waiting for one to come available elsewhere. So it'll be a couple of weeks before we want to do anything on this field now. Don't think we'll plough this one. Got a few more fields to go around with the topper yet as well. I'll get the drone up once we get down this end and we'll see what's going on in the outside world. For a good crop of first wheat on this field next. That should hopefully come well, give us a good yield next year, weather permitting. So we'll get the drone up now. You see we've got the JCB's front box on here today, solely because the John Deere box is tucked in behind another machine up the yard. No other reason than that. I don't feel like playing musical machinery at the moment. Got a couple of jobs coming up in the vineyard as well, what need doing. And we'll see what other machines we've got coming on demo. We'll probably look at cultivators now, I think. Get demo one, then see if we can find a used one somewhere. This tractor will be staying for the time being. Might get a load of slurry on this field before we decide to drill it as well. I do wonder if we just look for a bigger carrier. These are good cultivators, especially for doing the shallow work we're doing at the moment. Well, the Keyvon one we tried out in spring was quite good as well. Big 12 metre thing we had on demo for a day, as was the big Lemken. Shouldn't take too long to do this one. Just do the headlands and that bit the other side we haven't done yet. You see with the drone there, it's making a good job of chopping the trash up. Look at that convo head, we managed to cut it fairly short so we don't have to top this field. Not something I really want to have to do as top rope stubble. It's just a shame that the neighbours still isn't quite fit. Only had that big combine here. The moisture of it's just far too high to try and get in the combine at the moment. Let's get that grass cut over the edge there and get the field sprayed off and cultivated. Not quite sure whether we'll get that piled up with silage, haylage or hay at the moment. Shouldn't take long now. When we go to cultivate that grass up, we may well try a bigger cultivator on there. So we're somewhat limited with this tractor, or the fast track. You can't have anything too big. Got to be able to at least pull it if nothing else. At least the tram lines aren't too rough on here, so we don't have to subsoil them up, which is a bit of luck. Don't think we've actually got any fields with big rutted tram lines in this year, which is a miracle considering the winter we had. I haven't had any requests off any of the neighbours for tramline subsoiling either. I know we haven't put any tramlines in the ruts in the neighbours' tramlines, and we've been spraying and fertilising for them. Something which they have mentioned to us compared to their previous contractor. I did say the previous guy, the fields resembled a battlefield some years after he'd been spraying. I'm surprised just how little mess we have made with that big sprayer of ours. Would like to get a self-propelled, but as it stands at the minute, there's nothing about. Not the right size anyway. It's got to be 36 metres, it can't be any bigger. Don't really want to go back to 24 either, if we can help it. That's looking a bit better. Hopefully we can get rid of the smell of the decomposing grape stalks on here. Smells like rotten cabbages on this field once the damp falls at night. probably put oats in behind that grass, and oilseed rape behind the oats. Should get all that then. Anything else behind grass particularly, because it's been grass quite a while, that field. A bit of wireworm in there. The oats are fairly good at dealing with that. Some old fashioned crop rotation techniques for that. So we'll cultivate our way back round to the other side there. Isn't much over here besides the headlands. That's looking a bit better. So, get this bit just finished in here. It's only 3 or 4 widths. Still need to get that grass sprayed for weeds. It won't take too long to get that done now. We will leave that field as grass. It's a bit uneven really to try and take into the arable side of things. Plus the hay we get from that is a nice little earner. Which can be useful in the bad year. That paid quite well for the bales we took off there. Good thing with the car is we can at least turn with it on the ground if needs be. Not a subsoil or anything. So 2 passes will get rid of most of it, as we can see. Which is handy. About right for this. So I don't really want to do too much twice. We don't want it mixed in that much at the moment. Gonna mix it in that much, the seed won't germinate very well what's lying about here. Said before, we don't want to plough too much of this under because that stays in the ground for years. So I think we should get most of it this time. Not worried if we miss the odd little bit. So let's see where we're overlapping there. We now have a nicely calibrated field. Okay, so there's a few little clumps like about there we've missed. I'll get them with the drill later. If we direct drill this. So I'm hoping we can get away without ploughing it, but you never know. Won't be the first time things haven't quite gone to plan for us. This harvest being the perfect example. Just get back up the top again, and we're done. We have ourselves a nice tidy looking field. Pigeons will probably clear up some seed what's lying around here as well. Right, let's get this folded up. And that will do us for today's video. So for now, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Goodbye for now.